What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Devin. This is a unfortunate video, but I'm gonna make it. I just got done watching The Boys episode 6, the Herogasm episode, and I actually recorded the reaction because I'm doing The Boys reactions, and so I had recorded a reaction to that episode. Unfortunately, the reaction to that episode I had recorded is gone. I am not going to have a reaction to the Herogasm episode. I'm not going to have a reaction video to it. So instead, I'm going to just kind of give you my thoughts. Wow. What an episode. Honestly, maybe it's a blessing in disguise that I'm not doing a reaction video to this, because I don't know how I would have shown half of the stuff in the episode. I mean, there was a straight up a shot of someone's asshole and dick and balls sitting on a toilet. Like, it was just a straight up shot of somebody sitting on a toilet. Like, there was some stuff in this episode I did not expect to see on a TV show, but this being Amazon, I guess they can show basically whatever they want. So yeah, there was a lot of insanity in terms of lots of nudity, but I did enjoy this episode immensely. I am heartbroken that you won't get to see my reaction to it, because I was jumping out of my seat. I have not been that hyped over a Boys episode this whole season. That was super exciting to see, basically the culmination of a lot of different stories just intersecting at once. You had all these characters colliding at the same place, that place happening to be the TNT twins house, which they're hosting the orgy known as Herogasm, which is just a bunch of soups getting together and having crazy sex. And I guess they also mentioned that there were prostitutes there too, so it's just kind of like a bunch of debauchery for the superpowered. But because the TNT twins are the ones hosting it, and Soldier Boy wants his team, he wants to take out the members that sold him to the Russians, he's going to their house. And so Huey and Butch are with Soldier Boy, and they're trying to help him find them. They track down the location of the twins, their address. Meanwhile, MM and Starlight are working together to try and kind of intercept and help people before Soldier Boy and Butch and Huey show up. And at the same time, you have the Deep and Homelander also trying to kind of catch Soldier Boy, because Homelander's actually kind of nervous about the fact that Soldier Boy's back. And then on top of all that, you also have A-Train, who is trying to get justice for his brother, who was paralyzed by Blue Hawk in the last episode. So all these storylines collide at Herogasm, and it is just, from the second they start showing up to the end of the episode, I think it was 20-30 minutes of the episode, was just hype moment after hype moment. You had Starlight kind of confronting the Deep, because he was in the middle of having sex with us octopus, and so she was able to get information out of him, kind of make him feel like shit for a minute there, which isn't a huge victory or anything, but it's still something, because he's done her so much wrong in the past. And then Huey, this is one of my favorite moments of the episode. Huey confronted A-Train, and A-Train basically really apologized to him, because he felt I think he finally felt what it was like to see your loved ones hurt by someone with superpowers. And so he understood Huey's pain to a degree, and actually apologized, and to the point where he almost cried. He teared up a bit, and then Huey fucking punched him, which was great, and caught A-Train way off guard. Of course, then Soldier Boy shows up. He confronts the TNT twins. Just so happens somebody's playing Russian music in the background, and the whole thing happens where he blacks out, and then he shoots the laser out of his chest, eviscerates half of the party right then and there, and then Homelander shows up. And then all of a sudden, we are in the middle of a fight with Soldier Boy and Homelander, and Butch shows up, and Homelander basically tries to kill Butch right then and there. He lasers him, Butch falls, and Homelander assumes he's out of the picture. Then he starts fighting with Soldier Boy, who calls him a knockoff. Homelander says, no, I'm an upgrade. And so then they start fighting, and then all of a sudden, Butch is back up and catches Homelander completely off guard. And then we're in the middle of a fight with Butch, Soldier Boy, and Homelander, and it's intense. It is so exciting to see Butch finally able to go like hand to hand with Homelander, and then also he's got basically a guy who's the equivalent in strength to Homelander by his side. And then Huey shows up, and it just becomes that much more hype, because now you've got the three of them fighting Homelander, and they actually almost beat him, and then he takes off at the end. But it was so exciting to see. I was jumping up and down out of my seat. I was yelling. I was so excited. I swear I am just so crushed that I do not have this footage anymore, because it was honestly probably my most active reaction to episode of TV outside of Barry so far. The Barry reactions have been really exciting, because Barry is always a great show. But this season of The Boys so far has been, I mean, it's been good, but it hasn't had the moments that this episode had when it comes to like just being so exciting, like for a solid amount of the episode. I also almost completely forgot to mention the Blue Hawk incident, because you know, A-Train, he apologized to Huey, and his arc kind of came full circle. And then he finally runs into Blue Hawk. He finds him, and Blue Hawk tries to kind of just shrug him off as whatever. But A-Train is he's pissed, and he wants his justice. So he takes Blue Hawk on a little ride, drags him across concrete for miles, it seems like, at the speed of sound. Basically, he just turns him into a red strip of gore across the road. This is almost like a Mortal Kombat finishing move or something. It's fucking badass. And then, of course, as we know, you know, A-Train, due to his use of Compound V, his heart can't really handle him running like that anymore. And so, obviously, after his arc kind of completing itself with, you know, him finally realizing how horrible what he did in the first episode to Robin, like that whole scenario, how bad it was, finally apologizing to Huey, A-Train's story comes to an end, and his heart gives out, and he dies right there in the middle of the road next to Blue Hawk's mutilated body. It's a pretty satisfying way for him to go out. I really appreciated the way that they, like I said, that they let his story come full circle, and then they let him bow out like that with kind of a win. It was yet another like really exciting moment. It's also the most significant death of the episode, and I think of the season so far. You had Blue Hawk. He also died, of course, but he was only in a couple episodes, and it was, he was definitely not a likable character, so it was satisfying to see him go out. But A-Train's death was definitely the biggest, and Termites was the smallest, because, you know, he's a tiny guy. He got stepped on by Homelander. Yeah, definitely it was a very cool way for A-Train to go out, and I kind of felt like that was where his story was going anyway, was he was going to get like some sort of moment like that after they started introducing like his brother and all that stuff. So I really liked how they handled that. But just another really exciting moment in a long sequence of them. So yeah, to not have the footage for the reaction anymore is extremely crushing, and I was this close to recording, re-recording the reaction and pretending that I hadn't seen the episode, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it because I want this channel to be genuine reactions. I don't want any of it to be hokey or played up or anything, and I didn't want to sit here and one, lie to my audience about, you know, the fact that I hadn't seen it when I had, and then two, have to try and, you know, come up with like the excitement and energy to react to something like that again. Like it wouldn't have felt right, and it definitely wouldn't have been the same. So I just didn't see a point in it, and I didn't want to do it. So instead I decided to make this kind of recap review video. I said at the end of my recording that got corrupted, I give this episode a 10 out of 10. It is without a doubt probably my favorite episode of The Boys so far. This episode just had so much going for it, and it was just so awesome. You even had He got to take out some steam on Butch. He got to beat the hell out of Butch with a bat, and of course didn't do anything to Butch because he was souped up, but I think it was kind of cathartic for And then Annie at the very end of the episode quit being a superhero. She said, "I'm no longer Starlight, I am now Annie January, and I quit." And she told the world about how these soups are basically big old pieces of shit. And it was just like, even like that moment, the very end was just, it was a great place to end the episode, and it was like, oh my god. So yeah, very exciting episode. Loved it. I just wish I had the footage to show you guys my genuine reaction to it because it was so incredible. That being said, The Boys episode 7, I will definitely have reactions to. The rest of the season will go off without a hitch, God willing. And I am still doing Invincible reactions. I am probably going to start another series here soon. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do. I'm leaning towards Outer Range because I hear that show is Mindbender, and a lot of people say that it's got like David Lynch vibes, and I'm a huge fan of Twin Peaks. Season 3 of Twin Peaks is one of my favorite seasons of TV of all time. I think that that was some of the craziest, most groundbreaking TV I've ever seen. And so anything that's kind of in that vein of being like really out there and strange and serialized, like in a TV format, I'm all for. So that is one I'm thinking of. I have a couple other ones I'm debating on. I don't want to overload myself too much with too many things at once, but I also want to start doing movie reactions. I mentioned in my most recent reaction, which was the Invincible episode 4 reaction, that I am planning on doing a movie here soon. I'm trying to figure out what movie I'm going to do. I'm leaning towards Mother with Jennifer Lawrence as the first one. It's either going to be that or Seven. If you're watching this and you have any input on that between those two, or Manchester by the Sea is another one that I really want to watch. But yeah, so really bummed. This is crushing. And again, I apologize that this is what you get instead of a genuine reaction, because this episode was this was great reaction lost to technical glitches. So, and this video should also tell you, because I made this video instead of that fake reaction, that you know that when I do these, I have not seen the episode, I have not seen the movie. Like when I do a movie reaction, it's going to be a movie I haven't seen, and I will never lie to you guys about not seeing something and then just like playing up a fake reaction or something. What you see on this channel is my genuine reactions. My reviews are the same way. A lot of the reviews I'm doing, it's right out of the gate review, just kind of, I mean, this is basically a mix of like a message to you guys and a review of the episode, because I mean, if I can't do a reaction, I do a review, I guess. That's that's kind of how I'm doing things right now, because that's how I did Mad God. But yeah, so you know, when I'm talking to you about this stuff in a review, know that, you know, I did just watch the movie or the TV show, unless I say otherwise. Like, what I tell you guys is the truth. I'm gonna be honest with you 100% in all these videos. So these are my genuine reactions when you see them. And so it really, really bums me out that I didn't get to show you this one, because again, like I said, I was hyped. So I'm crushed. But yeah, I guess, like I said, if you have any input on either, if you have a suggestion for a series that I should do a reaction to, or a movie, let me know in the comments. And also, out of the 3, Mother, Manchester by the Sea, or Seven, if any of those interest you, let me know in the comments. Yeah, I guess that's going to be it for this one. And until next time, peace.